Good morning and welcome to another Kids Talk. Well, you probably know this already, but this week on Friday, the Olympics start. Now, it was supposed to be last year, but because of everything that's happened with the coronavirus, it was delayed by a year and it starts this Friday. Boys and girls, I don't know about you, but I love the Olympic Games. I love watching all the different events on TV. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to describe some of the Olympic events and you have to try and guess what event I'm talking about. Now altogether I'm going to give you 3 clues for each event. If you get the answer on clue number 1, you get 3 points. If you get it on clue number 2, you get 2 points. If you get it on clue number 3, you get 1 point. We're going to see who gets the most points today. So, as always, write down your answers in the live chat. Here we go with event number 1, clue number 1. So for this event, you have 4 people in each team. So for this event, you've got 4 people in each team. If you want to even stab at an answer, guess at an answer, go for it now. That's clue number 1. Here's clue number 2. It's a race which you have a metal stick in your hand. A race in which you have a metal stick in your hand. Do you think you know what that is? This is worth 2 points now if you get it this time. Okay, clue number 3. The stick is called a baton and you pass it on to the next person when you've finished your part of the race. So it's called a baton and you pass it on to the next person. I think you've probably got it by now. Write down your answer. Okay, that was event number 1 and the answer was relay race. If you got it with the first clue, 3 points. If you get it with the second clue, you got 2 points. If you got it on the last clue, you get 1 point. Okay, you know how it works now. Let's go on to number 2, event number 2. Clue number 1. This event takes more than 2 hours to complete. So clue number 1 again is this event, it takes more than 2 hours to complete. Clue number 2. It's over 26 miles long. You think you know what it is now? Write it in the chat. It's over 26 miles long. Finally, last clue. Clue number 3 for 1 point if you've still not got it. You run most of it on the road, not on the track. Not the track that goes round, the 400 metre track, but most of it is run on the road. I'm sure you've all got it by now. It was, of course, the marathon. That was event number 2. Number 3. Here we go. Clue number 1, event 3. For this event, you have to jump. So for this event, you have to jump. Get your answers in for 3 points. Okay, clue number 2. It's not high jump and it's not long jump. It's not high jump and it's not long jump. That was clue number 2. That was for 2 points. Now clue number 1 for 1 point is this. Clue number 3, sorry, for 1 point is this. You have to jump over metal barriers as you run around the track. So you have to jump over metal barriers as you run around the track. And the answer is the hurdles. Did you get number 3? I wonder how many points you got for it. Event number 4. This is our second last one now. Event number 4, clue number 1. For this event, you have to run very fast. For this event, you have to run very fast. Clue number 2 is this. Usain Bolt was really good at it. So clue number 2 was Usain Bolt was really good at it. I think that was a really good clue for you there, but here, in case you still need it, is the third clue. It takes around about 10 or 11 seconds to complete for the best athletes in the world. It takes them around about 10 or 11 seconds to complete this race. You know what it is? It is the 100 metres sprint. So if you just said sprint, that's not enough. If you said 200 metre sprint, that's not right. It has to be 100 metres sprint. Okay, last event, number 4, clue 1. For this event, this event takes place in the water. So this event takes place in water. Wonder what that could be. Takes place in water. Okay, here we go. Clue number 2. It's in a pool, but it's not swimming. So it is in a pool, but it's not swimming. I wonder if you've got it yet. I'll give you one more final clue. This is for 1 point if you get it with this clue. You have to land head first in deep water. For this event, you have to land head first in deep water. And the answer, in case you haven't quite got it yet, the answer is diving. That is the answer. Okay, that's our little quiz over. I wonder who scored the most points. Add up the points that you got and write it now in the live chat, and let's see who our winner of our Olympic event quiz is. If you've won, then you're all ready for Friday coming. You are obviously right up to date with the Olympics. Well done, and well done to everyone who took part. You know, I was thinking, boys and girls and adults and everybody who's watching today, I was thinking, with it being the Olympics, I remember the little story that Gordon reminded us of recently when we were doing that house group online about the armour of God. And he told us this story about an athlete who went to the Olympics in 1992, and he was British, and his name was Derek Redmond. And Derek Redmond was really good at the 400 metres. That was running one time around the track in the stadium. He was really, really good at it, and he was like at the best part of his life. He was getting the best times in that race he'd ever had. And for the 400 metres, it starts with quite a lot of athletes, and you do heat number 1 and the best go through to heat number 2, then you do heat number 2 and then the best go through to the semi-final, and then after the semi-finals the best go through, the best of the best go through to the final. Well, in heat number 1 Derek won his race and he went straight into heat number 2, and again in heat number 2 he won his race again and he went straight into the semi-final. And by now everybody's thinking he could win a medal because he is really, really good. And he was on the line at the start of it. They went ready, steady, and they fired the gun to start the race, and off he went really, really fast. And this was in Barcelona in Spain, and there was thousands of people in the stadium watching, and he'd started really, really well, but then about halfway round he tore a muscle in his leg, and all of a sudden as he's sprinting along he had to stop running and he starts hobbling along, and then he stops and he crouches down in pain. He has to stop the race. Everyone else keeps going and finishes, and then something amazing happens because Derek stands up and he starts to limp his way around because he has decided, I've trained 4 years for this event. I'm going to finish. It doesn't matter that I haven't won, I'm going to finish. And this crowd all stood up and they started to cheer him and shout his name. And then somebody ran in from the crowd and people tried to stop this man as he ran onto the track, but they couldn't stop him. And it turns out it was Derek's father. And Derek's father helped him. He put his arm round him and he helped him to finish the race. And everyone cheered. Probably that was the biggest cheer of the whole Olympic Games. And it reminded me of today's gift that we're looking at church today. And today's gift is the gift of encouraging other people. Encouraging other people, in other words, cheering them on. Getting alongside other people who are Christians and saying, come on, keep going, you can do it, don't give up. And that's a gift that God gives to some people. All of us can encourage others, we can all say nice things, but to some people God gives this special gift that's just like Derek's dad, that's able to run in and help pick other people up and help them to keep going and not giving up. If that's your gift, then why not step out and start encouraging others, even today? Brilliant. Thank you so much for listening today.